All right, y'all. Welcome back. Class number 4. We're going to be talking about connecting with our spirit guides. So, this is going to be the last class in the month of September. And then we're going to be going into the classes in October that will be loaded sometime this week, sometime around this weekend. So this month we focused on the first class, of course, being able to meditate by clearing and quieting our mind, protecting it, filling it with light. And then by doing that, we went into the next class about clairvoyance, using our third eye, using our vision to be able to see those images in the mind so that we can get those messages. Before class, for those of you who are watching the replay, we had a little bit of short discussion about dreams, how some people notice that now that their clairvoyance is working, that they notice their dreams lessened. And the thought process that I came up with, at least that came to me, was it's because you don't need to dream as much anymore. Now you can get those messages during the day. So if you're somebody who watches the replays and you have found that your dreams have not been coming in as much as they used to, pay attention that it's because you're getting the messages. They're coming through your clairvoyance. So it's okay. All right. But you will dream when you need to dream. And that's what's important. So then last week we went into our class talking about connecting with our higher self. And based on the discussion we had before class, many people have said that they did find it very easy for them to connect with their higher self and it's coming through smoother. So I'm happy with that. I'm proud to be able to share that information and that is working for those who we need to work for. So this week, we're going to focus on connecting with our spirit guides. Now, when people hear spirit guides, know that it can come in many different forms. Your spirit guides can come in the form of guardian angels and protectors. They can come in the form of spirit animals, right? Where you may see animals. So let's say you have a dream, for example, and you see an animal in your dream, that could be one of your spirit guides. Look up the meaning of the spirit animal, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to resonate with what you're going through or getting into in your life, or maybe something that you just came out of. Spirit guides can also come in different forms of different angels, right? They can come as a form of an Orisha or an archangel or whatever type of deity of whatever spiritual or religious system that you operate in. So your spirit guides can also come to you as a form of the divine creator, the Most High, God itself. Spirit guides can also come in the form of ancestors that may also be part of your spirit guide team. So I like to call it my spirit team. And my spirit team, right, that consists of spirit guides, guardian angels, God, spirit animals, all that combined. So your spirit guides, again, you can have they can come in different forms and you can have a lot of them, okay? So most of the time, you may have a spirit guide for each section in your life. You may have one spirit guide or maybe 3 that's just dealing with your business or your work. You may have another spirit guide that helps you with your love life. You might have another spirit guide that helps you with if you do like any spiritual work. Maybe you're a Reiki master or a Reiki healer, or maybe you are a conjurer, or maybe you are a herbalist. And so you have spirit guides that help you with that. You may have anywhere from 3 spirit guides to 100. And what happens is those spirit guides all come forward based on what you're doing at that moment. So I'm teaching, right? So that means my teaching spirit guides are going to come forward because that's what we're doing. But then when I go and do a cleanse, those spirit guides come forward to help guide me with cleansing. So spirit guides come in and out. Now, what you will notice that usually you will have 1 or 2 main spirit guides, meaning these are the ones that are going to communicate with you the most. And this can be a family member that passed away, or it can be a certain angel or deity that is heavily with you, depending on, again, what you do. So they'll step forward and they'll tell the other spirit guides to come forward based on who's needed at that time. And they rotate. They rotate in and out, whoever's needed. So if you don't see the same spirit guide all the time, it's okay. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that you also may have spirit guides that you have no idea who they are. They don't look like anyone you know, but they still are part of your spirit team. these spirit guides could be contacted from your main spirit guide and say, "Hey, you have expertise in this. I need you on the team to help my loved one, my person, with this matter." So now your spirit guide has reached out to another spirit guide to come in and be of assistance for that, project or whatever it is that you're doing. Think about it like this. Maybe you had a dream and you had a person that came and talked to you in a dream that gave you a message that you needed, but you don't know who they are. You don't know what they look like. So this could be an ancient spirit guide. There's spirit guides known and unknown. As long as the energy feels right for you, you know it's good. Okay. So we're gonna get ready to um, clear our mind, protect our mind, and connect to the light. And then we're gonna start calling on our spirit guides so that you can one, feel their presence, and then two, receive a divine message if they have one for you at this time. We're gonna do it in real time. Okay. The only thing we're going to do different than we did last time is that instead of connecting to the light, we're going to connect to the light vortex, which is going to be a much stronger energy, a stronger connection to light. But you'll start to find that when you start using the light vortex, it'll be easier for you to connect to your spirit guides and your higher self and whatever it is that you're trying to do in meditation and or dreams. Okay. So at this time, I want you all to call protection on your mind. And just like before, feel the protection as it's happening. If you're watching a replay, feel free to pause and then unpause and continue when you're ready. So this time, call protection on your mind. Okay, hopefully you all are feeling that. There's going to be a little deviation because one of the spirit guides can't hit. For this class, also call protection on your heart. So same way we call protection on our mind, call protection over your heart. Okay, and feel it. Feel the protection of your heart as it happens. All right. Spirit guides are still speaking. They said this time they want us to call protection over your soul. So that means, y'all, we are graduating to the next levels, right? We're moving from just protection on the mind to the heart. And now they're saying, let's call protection on your soul. Ashe. So, calling that protection on the soul, for me, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little intense. How's everybody feeling with that? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling okay? If so, give me a thumbs up if you're feeling all right. Okay, stuff. So now the next part we're gonna go into is just like we did before, right? So when you get to a certain point, let's say this, right? When you get to a certain point, sometimes you can combine steps. So in the beginning, we did about the numbers. We did protect the mind, quiet the mind, or clear the mind, quiet the mind, fill the mind with light, right? So as you get comfortable in doing this, sometimes you can combine some of the steps, right? So for example, I'll do the protection over my mind, and then I'll say, okay, clear and quiet the mind. I'll do it at the same time. Now you can do it however you feel comfortable. If you want to do to clear your mind first and then wait and then quiet your mind, you can do it that way. Or if you feel comfortable that you can do both at the same time, it's okay to do both. Okay. So if you feel like you're ready to move a little faster with it, go ahead. If you don't feel like you want to move faster with it, take it slow, take it by the numbers, step by step, until you're comfortable to do it a little bit faster, okay? So this time I want you to clear and quiet your mind, or if you feel you just want to clear first and then quiet, that is okay as well. So this time, clear and quiet your mind, Ashe. So for those who have been here since the beginning of the month, you may notice that when you clear and quiet the mind, that it happens faster than when you probably first did it in week one. And now when week four, you might notice that the process speeds up. When you do these exercises, right, you are pretty much retraining your mind to react to certain commands, right? Just like a computer, you can program a computer to react to a command, right? Our minds work the same way. You can retrain your mind to react to a certain command. So the more you do it, the easier it gets, the faster it happens. Okay. Now, in the previous classes, we then, after we quiet and cleared the mind, we filled our mind with light. Okay. But we're going to go a step further. We're going to go a step further and we're going to connect to the light vortex. So when you think of a vortex is what it's like a big ball of spinning energy, a big vortex of energy that moves really, really fast, very quickly, very strong, right? And so when we connect to this vortex of light or this light vortex, you think of the light being able to cleanse, reveal, and move at a rapid pace so it can heal faster, it can cleanse faster, it can raise the vibrations faster. And you'll find that using the light vortex in your meditation and in your healing practices and your cleansing practices, it really, really helps and it's very, very strong. So, so what I want you to do this time, instead of commanding that your mind be filled with light, I want you to command your mind be connected to the vortex of light, or you can call it the light vortex, same thing, but command your mind to be connected to the light vortex and then feel it all throughout your body and what it feels like. Okay. You may also close your eyes if you have light on in front of you to see how bright the light gets on the opposite side of your eyelids. You can also do that too. I like to do it because it shows me that my mind is filled with light when that happens. So give that a try if you can as well. So command your mind, be connected to the light vortex or the vortex of light. Ashe. I noticed when connecting to the light vortex, the wind kicked up outside and the trees are just blowing really, really hard right now. So dope. So, for anybody here, is this the first time anyone here, the first time you ever connected to the vortex of light or the light vortex? Anyone? Yes. Uh, anyone want to feel, if you keep it brief, anyone want to share how that felt? Like, did it feel different from when you did it with just filling your mind with light versus connecting to this vortex of light? Did anyone feel a difference?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay. Did you feel it all over or did you just feel it up here? Where did you feel it?
I all over.
Whole body? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Somebody said in the comments they were seeing gray and white light. Ashay. Love it. Yeah. So now you're all at a point to where you can actually start to use that vortex of light. You may not need it all the time, but your mind is going to tell you when you can just fill it with light and when you need that vortex light, right? So just use it when you need it. Okay. Um, Someone also said that yes, definitely felt powerful, kind of made me move um and feel super light. Yes, good, good, good. Yeah. You'll find that using that light vortex again, it will help raise your vibrations quicker, especially if you came across a lot of bad energy and you need to raise your vibrations. Connect to that vortex of light to help you raise your vibrations. I do this in public. If I'm out and about and I'm in a place that's a little unsavory or it's just a whole bunch of funky energy in there, I connect to the vortex of light and then I'm good. Okay. So her thumbs are numb. I don't know. I don't know what that is now. I don't know what's going on with the thumbs. Oh, you said fingers are numb. I thought you said your thumbs are numb. Fingers are numb. So they could be activating some things, maybe cleansing some energy from them. Something going on there. Like a cyclone of energy, gold and white. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Ashay. All right, y'all. So just give us a little time and then we're gonna get ready to connect with the spirit guys, okay? We want to make sure your mind and your body kind of levels out from being connected to this stronger energy. And then we're going to connect with the spirit guides. And okay. So if everybody ready to meet your spirit guide, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Okay. Now remember, you can have many different spirit guides for many different reasons. You don't just have one, you have a whole bunch of them. They come in and out based on what you need, right? So for this exercise, I want you to ask for your main spirit guide. This is a spirit guide that just guides you in life in general. This is a spirit guide that probably always talks to you, always going to be around you and everything. Okay. Okay, someone said they have a headache. If you have a headache, that is possible because again, we're connecting that strong vortex of light to the crown, right? Because we're talking about the mind. So hopefully that levels out and then that headache starts to dissipate. Okay. So again, we're going to ask to meet your main spirit guide. This spirit guide that's always with you no matter what you do. This one is always there. Again, it may come to you as a person. It may be a loved one that passed away. It may come to you as a figure or a picture. It can be anything how they present themselves. Try not to force the image. Try not to force who you want it to be, and just let it be who it's going to be. So again, we're going to take a few minutes. I want you to ask your main spirit guide to you want to feel it. Like first before you see it, I want you to feel your spirit guide. Feel it on your body. So ask your spirit guide to allow yourself to feel them, feel the presence of your main spirit guide. Okay. So you can say something to the effect like, at this time, I ask to feel the presence of my main spirit guide and then sit still to feel them. Okay. Let's try that first, and then we'll go into getting the message from them. Okay. Okay. Anybody, did you get to feel the presence of your spirit guide?
Yeah, I
I
feel
sure
it
for me. Go
over
ahead.
a tingling over my head.
Okay. So you felt your spirit guide here. Okay. Good stuff. Nice. I felt mine here. And I was like, throat chakra. It's like, duh. Teaching. I teach a lot. I talk a lot. I do a lot of sessions. I do lives. So of course my main spirit guide will be here. Right? That's pretty dope. I never actually did it that way before, but well, I haven't done it this way in a long time. I'll say it like that. I've done it some years ago, but not recently. But it felt good. Yeah, that makes sense. My main spirit guide will be here. I would
I
feel
got
them.
like chills over my whole body now. Like
Okay.
like it's covering my whole, I don't know, like my whole body just got chills.
Good. 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 Because again, they present themselves. However, that's how they let you know their presence, right? So, some people said, okay, someone said left side of the head was throbbing, the heart was beating fast. Okay. Again, this is how they present themselves to you. And then felt cold on the back. Also been feeling tapped on the last few days. Kind of felt the same, but the cold was new. So this could be now you're feeling the entire presence of that spirit guide that's been tapping you. Okay, pretty dope. So now that you know what your main spirit guide feels like, again, using the lessons that we've learned over the last few weeks. And you may have some other spiritual gifts that come along with this, right? So your clairvoyance, but you may also hear a voice in the mind or in the head, right? You might also have a knowing that just comes through. So we're not going to limit our spiritual gifts to clairvoyance, but using your clairvoyance, ask your spirit guide to show you something they want you to know at this time. You do not have to share this with the class, okay? Because this may be something personal to you. I just want to know that you was able to receive the message, see the message. If you don't get the whole message here, it's okay, because you can always do this again, practice on your own with your spirit guide to receive messages, okay? So I want you to ask your spirit guide, your main spirit guide, to give you a message, show you a message that they want you to know right now at this time. And again, you do not um, you do not have to share that with the class. Okay. All right. So my spirit guide decided to show me to go to one of my decks and pull some cards. That's how they want to give me the message, and that message is very clear. So I will be addressing that with myself later on. I'm gonna leave these cards off to the side, but I'm digging that. Okay, got it, got it. Makes sense. So again, your spirit guides will communicate communicate with you in different ways. So using my clairvoyance, that's what they showed me. They showed me the deck. Hey, make sure you pull from there. I did it. So now I will address that later. Did anybody else, again, you don't have to share what you received, but did you receive something from your spirit guide, whether it was through clairvoyance or any other method? Okay, yes, good, good. Yes, good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, I see the thumbs up. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh, you must got a good message. You put yes 3 times. Okay, good. So now next question I want to ask, well, however you did it, right? Whether it was a general message or specific, because I know we didn't specify like we did last week, right? To do general or specific. So the same method, the way you got a message from your spirit guide, next time try to do something specific. Say, hey, look, my spirit guide, I want to know about this. Like I'm, something specific. And then when you do it, you may notice that your main spirit guide may answer it. You may feel those same sensations, or you might feel a new spirit guide come forward to answer that particular question for you. So this is what I want y'all to do, right? Let's do this. I want you to think of a subject that's not that you want to know what your spirit guide feels like in that particular area, right? Okay, so let's say, for example, I know what my main spirit guide feels like because teaching is like one of my main focuses, right? So let's say another area could be for me jewelry making, because I make jewelry, right? So for me, I also make jewelry. What does my let me feel the presence of my jewelry making spirit guide, my creative spirit guide, right? Because again, your spirit guides for different things. So I want you to pick another part of your life that you do something and ask for the presence of that spirit guide who guides you in that area of your life to feel their presence. Okay. So you can feel the different spirit guides and how they come in and out, depending on what you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to feel my spirit guides who assist me when it comes to making jewelry. And then you pick some in your life to call that spirit guide forward for whatever it is that you chose. Okay. Feel the presence first. Feel the presence. And then we're going to go into if there's a message from that particular spirit guide for that area in your life. Okay. So right now, we're going to just feel the presence. Okay. Hopefully you all got to feel, you know, your spirit guide come in for that particular area, right? So since I already gave my example, I said I was going to call mines for the jewelry making. And I felt it in my heart and I felt it in my third eye, which makes sense, right? Because the third eye, of course, that's where the visions come in on how I'm going to make it. But I also felt it really, really strong in the heart. And I heard a voice in my head say, because you create with love. And I was like, I do. Sound corny, but it's true. I do. I do try to really create with good energy and love. I really do. So to feel that there was like, oh, Ashe, I like that. Okay. So did you all get to feel a different spirit guide based off what you chose? Again, you don't have to go into details, but I just want to know if you did, if you felt anything
Yes,
of the presence.
yes, I felt it in my third eye and my sacral chakra.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Anybody else?
I felt the star shoot up from the belly button towards the head. Yes.
Nice. Good stuff. And does it make sense, like based on the area that you chose in your life? Does it make sense where you felt it?
It was odd because my question was regarding my career,
Okay.
and I saw it when my eyes were closed. I saw a star shoot from my belly button to go over my head, like a
Yeah.
shooting star,
Yeah.
but it's coming down. It was going up.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense to me. Think of it as like your job is to help, what you do, raise, teach them to shoot for the stars, right? To
That
grow.
makes sense.
Right? And you're talking about the belly button, that's leadership. You're talking about the belly button, that's, the birth, the what do you call it? Umbilical cord, right? You're teaching, based on what you do, right? So it makes sense. Yes. You're teaching these youngins to grow, shoot for the stars. Yeah. It's amazing. So, okay, so someone say it felt the same vibration in my left ear. Okay, so that spirit guide probably helps you with both of those things, right? So then if you want to practice it another way, you have to choose something, different to see if you got a different spirit guide. Some of your spirit guides do help in multiple areas of your life, right? Which means like the same spirit guide that could help me with creating jewelry can also be the same spirit guide that when I'm trying to fix on a car also helps me with that too, because maybe this spirit guide helps with creativity in all forms, not just jewelry, but maybe when I'm doing home or landscaping, or when I'm doing anything that's dealing with using my hands, maybe this spirit guide will come through. So you can have a spirit guide that helps you in multiple areas and not just one area. So keep that in mind. Thank you for sharing that, because that's good, so people know that can happen. Okay. Seeing the color green and the image of a lady floating by. Okay. And someone says, it feels like I got more than a few in this area, which is very possible, right? Which is very possible. You can, again, have multiple spirit guides for certain things. So I may be doing teaching. I might have one main spirit guide that helps me with teaching, but I'm sure there's a few other more spirit guides that pop in that say, hey, this, and hey, that, right? So you can have more than one spirit guide, even for one subject. Thank you for sharing that. So now, going back to that same area that you chose, ask your spirit guide for that area, or spirit guides for that area, right? Because that could be more than one. Is there any message they want you to know in that particular area that you chose? Okay. And then we'll keep going. So go ahead. All right. So I definitely was able to get my messages. I actually heard it in my head loud and clear. Like, I need to get something done. So I know what I need to get done. And then I seen the images and the clairvoyance of what I need to work on next. So that's what I would be doing. So did anyone else, were you able to receive anything from that particular spirit guide or guides? Okay, somebody else said loud and clear. Yours was loud and clear as well. Mine was real loud. It was like almost like yelling at me a little bit, like, hey, doot, 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 right? And that's in that particular area. Okay. And remember, when you're doing this, right, just like when you're doing anything else, if you feel your mind getting cluttered or other thoughts slipping in, stop, quiet your mind, then keep going. Okay. Yes, like getting moving, pushy, right? Because sometimes, as humans, we be kind of behind the power curve on things our spirit guides be trying to push us to do, right? And then they got to yell at us a little bit to kind of get our attention. Spirit guides, remember this about spirit guides, right? That's what they are. They are guides. Your spirit guides are not there to make you do things. They're there to guide you. They're there to say, look, based off what I see from this side of the veil, if you take these courses of actions, you'll be successful. You always still have your own free will and make the ultimate choice, right? And they might sit back and be like, well, guess you gotta learn that way, right? So of course, listen to them, but remember your spirit guides are guides and they don't wanna take over your life. They don't want to be dictators, right? Some people, I think, unintentionally look at their spirit guides as dictators and they just wanna guide you. They just wanna give you a little push here and there. But they ultimately want you to tap into your own intuition, your own clairvoyance, your own spiritual gifts to do things. And then when you need to sit with them and ask them direct, to show you something or to give you guidance, they'll be there to give it to you. Now they may do little subtle things for you to kind of let you know which direction to go. For example, you may say something to the effect of, how do I know I'm on the right track, in whatever area in your life? And then all of a sudden you see a white feather, just like, a little small white feather or something just start floating by, just come out the sky, come out the sky out of nowhere, it's like your spirit guides letting you know, yeah, you're good, right? Or you may see angel numbers, maybe on license plates or receipts or something like that. Maybe you are you're praying and you're asking the divine for something, but you don't know if your prayers are being answered. And then you see 444 on the license plate, telling you, hey, not only did we hear it, but we're also putting things into action to make it happen. Okay. Your spirit guides will sometimes also work with other people's spirit guides to make a bigger mission happen. For example, let's say you're on a work project with someone and their spirit guides, your spirit guides get together and say, hey, let's put these things in place behind the scenes. So when our two loved ones get together, it'll be a smooth transaction or a smooth cooperation happening. And this can be in your love life too. This can be in friendships. It can be in work relationships, all of that. Let's say that you're praying for a door to be open for, something financial, for example. Your spirit team may go forward and meet with somebody else's spirit team and say, hey, my loved one needs some money and your loved one got the money. Can your loved one go help my loved one out? So spirit guides do a lot of work behind the scenes, right? Make sure, and I'm not telling you have to do this, but I would suggest make sure at least once a week you take some time to just show them some love, give them a little bit of praises, speak kind words to them, thank them, give them love and gratitude, to let them know that you do appreciate them, even if they're doing things that you may not even be aware that they're doing. But your spirit guides, they work all the time. They're always doing things. So make sure you take a praise break, we used to call it back in the church, right? To thank them for, the things that they do for you that you may not even be aware of. Okay. So, as we get ready to close, I just want to reiterate, make sure you protect your mind, your heart, and your soul. Okay, because that's what came out today in class, protecting your mind, your heart, and your soul. Make sure that you clear and quiet your mind, connect to that light vortex. Need it when you need that stronger light, connect to that light vortex. You may not need it all the time. And just remember to always use your gifts that you learn or awaken, or the gifts that you already have. Make sure you use them responsibly because, we have to be responsible with the gifts that our ancestors chose us to use in this lifetime. Okay. So I'm going to end a recording here. Peace, love, and light to all of you who are watching the replay. And I'll see y'all next week.